it's Rhonda with Got Junk in Our Trunk, and I'm back with another Why Did I Buy? Today we're going to focus a little bit on vintage health and beauty items. I don't have a huge variety in my store right now because frankly they sell pretty fast. I've got a couple of things that I'm going to show you today that are things that I've consistently sold, either exactly the same item or something that was very similar to it. Most of what I've got listed in my store right now on the health and beauty line is going to be vintage because I do have a focus on vintage being a retired estate liquidator. So that's going to be kind of my go-to. The first question that people usually ask you is if it's something that's been used or been open, can you sell that on eBay? Well, you can sell that on eBay, but you do have to put it into the collectibles category, and I'll try to remember to pop up a shot here to show you exactly the category that it needs to go in, but it's collectibles like vanity perfumes, other perfume collectibles and things like that. So I'll show you that category and you'll know where you can list these things. Now those are the things that are open. Because of the health issues that people have and things like that, and these items have been in storage and we don't really know, what kind of condition they're in or whatever like that. I always put a disclaimer in my condition line or my description on any of my eBay, Mercari listings or anything like that, and just put in there that it's to be used for a prop or it's used for collectible purposes only, and that we don't recommend that they use the product. And then it's up to people. If they want to use the product, that's up to them. But I do have a disclaimer in there. If I have something, even if it's vintage, that is packaged and it's never been opened, that's just the bottle out of the box or anything like that, but that you can tell that it's still sealed, then you can sell that, just like it's a brand new product, because it is essentially a brand new product. But I do still put a disclaimer in my description, because a lot of the perfumes, especially the fine perfumes, they will hold their smell and they will hold their scent over the years, but there's some that in the day, like Emerald or something like that, or Gignate or something along those lines, that kind of lose their punch over the years, kind of like some of us do. So I always want people to understand that they're not necessarily buying the scent that they had in high school. That being said, and you'll have to forgive me, I've got a tiny little bit of a cold left. My granddaughter likes to share those with me that she picks up at Mother's Day out right now. So she kind of shared that with me, but I've kind of got that to the wayside, I hope anyway. I'm over most of that. I bought a box of these. I went to an estate sale probably about a year ago, something like that, and I'm down to my last few, and I bought several of these and they were all different colors, and I ended up buying the whole box for $5, and I think there was probably about 50 of these little brushes, and they're the little Tinkerbell brushes. And it's Tinkerbell brand. It's not like Tinkerbell like with Peter Pan or anything like that, but these are the little pop-out purse brush and comb. And you can see that some of them, I don't know if you can see that or not. Again, we've got kind of lighting issue in here today. I didn't think we would. It's kind of bright and sunny outside, but you know how that is. So, but these pop, and these are like little purse size. It came in the original packaging. And I had some of these. I had several colors. I had pink, red, blue, green, and yellow, I think, were the colors that I had in those, and they consistently will sell. I think I have those listed. I'll try and pop up shots of all of these things if I actually have a listing of them. I think I've got those listed for about $6.99 a piece, and I ended up having nothing in it. Like I said, it was like $5 for the whole box. I may have given a little bit less than that, actually. I think that was actually the printed price on there was going to be $5. One of these that I've got listed right now is like the Lancome. You see that it's in the original box. This is going to be something. Let's see if I can get it out of here. See how it shifts around in the little display box or whatever. It's going to be something that I'm going to wrap when I get ready to ship it, I'm going to wrap each of these pieces. And talking about shipping, you do have to ship these ground if it's anything that's got any kind of aerosol to it or anything like that. But frankly, there's hardly anything that's along the health and beauty lines that I don't put in a ground package, ship it ground, because you don't want it to be under the pressure that would be in an airplane or something like that. You will be held responsible for it, by the way, if they do determine that your package is the one that blew up the plane. So just make sure that you don't want to do that. That would not be a kind thing to do. Here's another one that I've got listed right now. This is one it's been a discontinued fragrance for a while. Let's see if I can come on this side a little bit. A discontinued fragrance, and like I said, I'm dealing with lights today. This is totally unprofessional, but you'll get the message anyway. This one, I don't know if you can see. It's I think it's Bala Versailles, is how you say it, or Versailles is actually how you say that word. This is one that I think I got it for about $2, something like that, at a yard sale or an estate sale. I think it was actually a lady that I go to that does clean out on houses. And I've got it listed right now at a really high price of $1.99, and I actually had some watchers on it, so we'll see what happens with those. But as you can see, this is not open at all. I mean, it's not one that I could get open at all. I think I actually have it listed under the collectibles category, even though it's not open and it doesn't appear to have ever been used or anything like that. I'm still kind of funny about stuff like that. So I want to make sure that I want to err on the side of letting somebody know that it might have been open. And then they can do what they want to with it. A couple other things that I have. Like I said, I'm down to where I've just got fragrances left right now. But I do sell things like the vintage Kleenex and, oh gosh, I hope I can think, lipsticks, things like that, makeup and so forth. It sells under the same type of category. You want it to show that it's been discontinued. You want to put those keywords in there and let people know that it's either been discontinued, because that actually will help sell your product. But they need to know that it's something that has been in there a while. Now, if it's got an expiration on it, you have to have it in the hands of the buyer. In the hands of the buyer by the time that expires. For instance, if it's going to expire at the end of this year, which is 2022, then you want to make sure that you pull those listings down and that you dispose of that product or whatever you're going to do with it. Use it yourself if that's what you feel like you need to do. But you have to understand that just because somebody buys it and it's still within the time frame, it has to be delivered by that date and in their hands so that they can get it on the expiration date. So just keep that in mind when you're listing your products. Put it on some kind of rotation in your paperwork so that you remember to bring those things down. That's anything like vitamins or anything along those lines. Something like this, some can be used, some can't be, as far as like a usable type of thing. But these are things that a lot of the studios use as props. This is the old Estee Lauder. And it's got the original box and everything. But I almost always, too, on these vintage, I try to put theater prop or something like that. I won't necessarily have it in these listings. Some of these are rather old, I think. But I started putting the word prop at the end, and a lot of times these movie and television companies, some of the theater groups, even if it's local or something, they'll buy something like that. Here's another one. This one is, who are you? Whew. Smelling like a French elevator in here. This is Estee Lauder also. That's another thing. I do put these in, like, I put each one individually in a Ziploc bag to store it. because even the boxes, even if it hasn't been opened, it's just something about it. It was in the perfume counter at, wherever the store was in the day. I guess Goldsmith's here because I live in the Memphis area, or Macy's or something like that, Gimbel's. But that's one that's full, and that's one that hasn't been opened. But there's a lot of things that are out there. Estate sales are a really good place to find something like this. You can find it yard sales. More often than not, it's been open. But at estate sales, pretty regularly, I have found things that weren't opened at all. You want to look for things like anything that somebody would use in the health and beauty industry. You want to look for the disposable wands that go in your makeup, like your mascara and things like that people want to buy those type of things. It doesn't have to be vintage, but eyelash curlers, anything along those lines. But in particular, the focus today was on more of the consumable type of things, like the perfumes and things like that. So you ask me, why did I buy? Here's why I buy.